and they're tick box shiny projects, but actually it starts in the workplace with your people. But also people means your local community, and it might even mean how your business and what you're doing is impacting someone in a country many million miles away that you'll never see, never know, that maybe is in that supply chain that's produced some of your goods in slave labour or whatever, all those things. And of course, as we all know, we all need to consider and reduce our environmental impact. Now, believe me, I'm not perfect in any shape or form. So when we're looking at businesses, we're not expecting you to be goody two-shoes doing everything. It's great if you are, and some businesses are far better than stuff I do. But it is about those core values and those little steps and the little differences that you can make. And one of the phrases that we have always used is doing good is good for business. And that has never, ever been truer than it is today, because people, whether you're talking about consumers, private sector or public sector, they want to purchase from businesses that are doing the right things. And not only do you have to be doing the right things, but you have to be talking about it and showing you're doing the right things, because if you don't tell anyone, how can they choose you above your competitor? So the Organisation for Responsible Businesses, all we call it, we launched in 2010, and at its heart it's a membership organisation. We have a vision of thriving cities, towns and villages with small businesses playing a pivotal role, contributing economically, socially and economically, and setting an example of responsible business in the UK and across the world. And our mission is to change the world one small business at a time. Now, to be fair, we do have quite a bit more work to do, but we're getting there slowly. And I tell you what, when we launched 12 years ago, almost exactly 12 years ago, when we were talking to micro businesses then about responsible businesses, caring about people, caring about the environment, I would say 9 out of 10 times the response was, oh yeah, we recycle. Well, yeah, good, but we need a bit more. And I have to say, it's changed so much in those 12 years, and it's really exciting to see what is happening now. So many businesses get it. I'm sure most of you are aware what we're talking about. And we're not talking about add-ons, we're talking about those core values. What did you want to do with your business? And as Tony was saying last night, most of us didn't launch a business to make money. Yeah, of course we want to make money, we want to make a living. I've sort of somehow failed to do that with all, but that's not there. But actually you want to do more than that. It's quality of life, you want to give back, you want to feel good about yourself, you want to support your employees, all those things, it's all part and parcel. And it's that that's going to be the thing that makes you love your business and want to carry on. So going back to what we do at all, we have a membership, there's a process for membership. I can talk about responsible business for hours, and I hope I will speak to, and I'm not going to bore you for hours now, I promise you, but I hope I will speak to some of you about responsible business today, later on, whenever. But as well as membership, we also have something called the Responsible Business Standard, which is at its top level, is a course, an audit, a certification that's been validated by Andy Ruskin University, designed specifically for small businesses. And I have to say, if that's all right, yeah, the Foreign or Private Business actually was certified a few years ago. We've moved it online now, it's slightly changed. There's of course some various certification options. Some of you all know of B Corp. Don't do B Corp, do Responsible Business Standard. If you start B Corp, you have to wait for ages. And they're US based, we're UK based, and we're designed for small businesses. But the top level is every bit as robust. I'm not going to talk about any more specifically about what we do, other than to say, thank you very much to Tony and Tina, because many of you will be aware of the Small is Beautiful Roll of Honour. That has been gifted to all. So we're going to take that and love it and nurture it and integrate it into our membership. So if you've made that pledge, if you're on that Roll of Honour, again, there's an option to come over to us, of course. But we'd love you to be part of that. Tony is one on our advisory board. He's been a great supporter, great help of what we do. The Small is Beautiful Roll of Honour is so aligned with everything we talk about. So we'd love you to come aboard. But what I would like to do now, inspired by the lovely Lorraine, and as part of MicroBizmattersDay, is to give something back in terms of our story as a founder of a micro business to other micro businesses. As I said, we launched in 2010. Bit of a challenging time with banks. We did actually need quite a bit of money to get started. We had no money behind us. We needed quite a bit of infrastructure, staff to have not just the website, but we've got a process that you go through. There's a questionnaire and a directory and blah, 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 blah. So that was quite a bit of money. And then our plan was to have 2 tranches of 10K once we've launched, to bring on some graduates to do that sales and marketing and really drive the whole thing forward. My background's accountancy, we've got a big business plan. We eventually, with some difficulty, found a bank that would agree to all those terms, because most banks then weren't even lending to anyone. You know, didn't even see you, but we managed to get in the door. Maybe that wasn't such a good thing in hindsight. But we got the fast tranche of money. We got all the infrastructure done that we wanted, and we had a fabulous launch. The great and the good came along. We had so much support for what we were doing. We launched the fanfare, blah, blah, we were away. And then we went to the bank to get the first tranche of 10K. And you know what I'm going to say now, don't you? Mm-hmm. What did they say? No, you haven't got enough trading income. But my business plan showed that we needed that to get the trading. No. The machine says no. We've just launched. And our business plan, the rug was pulled from underneath us. But we were passionate, and we just sort of thought we'd soldier on. This was the beginning of the year. And that was the year of my 60th birthday. And yes, for those of you that worked it out, I am 72 this year. So not long bit, but I'm probably fitter and healthier than a lot of women half my age. So I've got a good few years of me to go yet. But anyway, it was the year of my 60th birthday. And by the time we got to August, the end of August, which was my birthday, financially, we were absolutely struggling. You know, we were bailing ourselves out with credit cards, normal story, and everything was imploding. Now, Mike obviously knew that we got problems. He didn't know the full extent of it, because that's my role. So my birthday happened to fall on the bank holiday Monday. And 60th birthday, worked hard all my life. I would have expected a bit of a big celebration. You know, Mike couldn't get what he got me. Sorry, I can't remember what he got me. But, you know, he got me a little present. It was a big present. Not that I'm, you know, after presents, but we couldn't do anything. We couldn't do stuff. We couldn't really enjoy ourselves. We had to get together with the family, lunch in a local pub, which was nice, but wasn't any big thing. And then on a Tuesday morning, the next morning, we work from home. We've always worked from home offices. And at that point, we had separate offices, i.e. bedrooms, because we were old enough for the kids to have gone, so we've got the bedrooms to use. So I sat at my desk on that Tuesday morning, and I sat down and felt very sorry for myself. You know, I've worked hard all my life, and I can't see a way out of this. I don't know how we can get out of that. And I was crying, and I thought, I'm going to have to go and tell Mike. We'll probably lose the house, might have to live in a caravan. But I can't see how we can get out of it. And I knew, absolutely knew, without a shadow of doubt, whatever I said to Mike, he would 100% support me. So I got up, and I'm one of those people, I start crying and I'm red-faced immediately. So I got up and I walked out of the office. where we are. And as I did that, he walked out of his room and we met on the landing. And he got his head down like that. I said, what's the matter, love? He said, I don't know. But I feel so ill, I'm going to have to go and lay down. He didn't look up. Because if he'd have looked up, he'd have known instantly. And then it would walk out. So he went and lay down. And I went and sat down at my desk. And I thought, someone up there is saying, oh, no, you don't. You just get on with it. And we got on with it. And actually, Mike didn't even know that for almost 2 years. I didn't tell anyone for almost 2 years. And my God, was it tough. But 12 years later, we are here. And do you know what? I'm more passionate than ever. And I am so excited by what I'm seeing now. Because 12 years ago, people thought a responsible business was about recycling. We do need to recycle, don't stop recycling. But people are getting it. And do you know, we've got a tranche of members that are millennials that are coming out of the corporate world, got fabulous packages, but their ethics aren't aligned. They want to set up their own micro businesses. They're people that want to be part of that journey. We call it a movement for a better way of doing business, a way that's good for business, but also good for people and planet. Doing good is good for business. So guys, I'd love you to step up, be part of it, stand with us. Embed the whole values thing. Because micro business matters. And we still believe after 12 years that it's micro businesses that are going to change the world. Thank you.